Hello guys, it's Chris. Change of plans. I was getting ready. I went out and got a slushie because it is helping with the throat. I was going to do an Amber video, her last vlog, but April uploaded her 4-week post-op update and weigh-in after her duodenal switch. Duodenal switch, it is pronounced both ways. So we are going to react to this one instead because we want to stay current and see what's going on. I'd like to cover every video of April's. This is a shorter one for her. It's only 12 minutes 54 seconds. I scanned through the first couple of minutes. She was just talking about how she's been having that allergic reaction around her op sites and her bandages, her steri strips. So she went to the doctor and got that checked out, and they it sounds like they debrided it a little bit, cleaned it up, put new bandages on, so that's going good. So I just skipped past that, but we are going to see what she has to say now, and I'm excited to see what her weight loss is this week. So she's sped up for time just slightly. If I have to slow her down, I will, and I will link her full video down below. So let's get into it.
Julio right here, you can't see him. Him's down too low. Oh, boo, you're a tall boy. He's a tall boy. They can't see you. I don't know if you can hear him. He's like making little snorting noises. There's Julio. So Thursday, I had my appointment. Friday, my husband came home. Wednesday, I actually made tea leaf lace, and that.
Oh, that sounds fun. That's a nice project. I hope she shows us stuff like that. Tea leaf lace. That would be fun. I just stopped real quick to let you know, if you hadn't seen her last video, this last week was the week where she did switch from the post-op liquid diet to soft foods. So
that was pretty fun. I had never done that before. And the week before, for May Day, we made eyelash lace. So it's really cool to know how to make those. And there's lots of videos on YouTube and stuff. If you wanted to make them, you definitely could. But it's something like I didn't know, and now I do. It was fun to do with my friends from church. Saturday, my husband and I just had a
good. So she has a church community there. That's really good, because I think if I remember, I will pop some pictures in around here of April when she was at her fittest. So if you want to look at the screen around here, I'll pop a few in. But when she was at her fittest and had lost all that weight and was maintaining, she had a very active social life. It was even before she met Kenny. She was very active in doing things with her family and with her friends. She was very active in her church and people from church and her gym. So I think that type of connection with people is really important for her. And I know I need to get into that. I think I underestimated how much having a little group of my own to interact with in person is. I think having that in-person support will help April greatly, because it will keep her mentally better. So yeah.
Key day. We went and explored a few locations. I have a friend coming into town, and so I've been trying to figure out what we're gonna do when she comes.
Vlog it.
And I don't know if she's bringing her kiddos, and I don't know if they would be interested in it, but we found this it's like an outdoor fake surf. It's not fake, but it's like a wave pool for surfing, but it's outdoor. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is there's like this water obstacle course thing, and then there's also where you can like canoe and paddleboard, and I should be just over 6 weeks when they come. So and then they also have like these big bicycle things that you can ride around, and then they have like these little pavilion things in the water, they're like blow up pavilions, so you can like drive to them.
That sounds fun. There's just so much to do. Plus she just has the beach, the ocean, the trails, go to the other islands. There's, you could go to the volcano and learn the history of Pele and stuff like that, all the lore. Oh my gosh, Hawaii has a very rich history and culture, so I hope she does show us a lot of that stuff.
And sit, so that will be fun. It's also Mother's Day. I know it's way past Mother's Day by the time you see this, but happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day was this Sunday. I got to talk to my mom, my grandma, wish my sisters, and wished everybody a happy Mother's Day. And church was really great. It's really sweet. I love the little things that they do to make everyone feel special and included. I'm so happy that my husband came home. It's just always wonderful to have him here. I miss him. I miss him a lot when he's gone, even when it's only a week. And
yeah, and like I said, Kenny is gone quite a bit for whatever position he has in the military. Not just like deployment. He goes away on different work assignments and training a lot. And that's kind of tough for April because, like I said in other videos, I don't think she deals with being alone, being away from him well. So it's good that she has that social circle too. That should help her when he's gone, and that might help her, you know, keep her from like the emotional eating and getting too depressed and stuff.
so I was very happy that he's home, and enjoy picking him up from the airport. He's just always happy, and that makes me feel happy. So I feel like, as far as something that I was really looking forward to for this week was kind of getting into a routine, and I feel like I was really able to do that as far as when and how I'm taking the vitamins that I have to, when I'm eating, drinking, and it's interesting that it's hard. Like,
yeah, because she has to eat like 6 or 7 small meals a day and be sipping water or protein drinks constantly. It's actually quite a bit of, it's very time consuming.
Sometimes I feel like I'm eating so much because I have to keep eating, like, and I have, like, it's like I always have to be doing something. I always either have to be drinking or eating, and I mean, I guess it's a good problem to have, but just trying to get that 80 grams, 90 grams of protein in is hard, and it's more hard to do it with the water. And I hit my protein goal and my hydration goal every day except for yesterday. Yesterday, I left 16 grams of protein on the table, and yeah.
I wouldn't worry about that if it's occasionally. I mean, I know she has to get her protein in, but I would also think that they wouldn't want her, if at the end of the day she is truly full and can't eat anymore, I would think they wouldn't want her forcing herself to eat more than she's physically comfortable eating, because, you know, like, part of the problem is the overeating and not stopping when you're full. So I don't think they want her to get into the habit of pushing past her fullness and stretching her pouch out at all. So she'll just have to figure it out to where she's picking a little bit more throughout the day, perhaps. And as long as she's not too far under, and it's not every day, I don't know if they would have a problem with that. Like I said, if you had surgery, in the comments, let me know. You guys have done that in the last videos, and I appreciate it. I'm learning quite a bit.
I should have eaten again, but I just couldn't. Even when I woke up this morning, I had to make myself eat. There's medicine I take in the mornings, and I have to eat. So I took my medicine, and I made myself eat, and yeah, so it's definitely past time for me to be eating again. But I've been hydrating, and it's just, everything makes me feel full, and I feel like that's new. Before, I didn't feel hungry, but I didn't necessarily feel full.
Can't she eat like egg whites too? Like, get the liquid egg whites for protein, because it is just pure protein, and it's not like, they're not as heavy feeling and as like a meat, as like a ground meat or something like that. So would that be an option? And I know you can even take the liquid egg whites because they're pasteurized. You don't even have to mess with an actual egg, and you can whisk them and put a little bit of vanilla and like a little bit of stevia in them and just make a meringue and eat it. I know I learned that from Ilona at Shakara Transformations, April's best friend. You can do that, and it's a nice treat. It's a sweet treat. It's pure protein. You can even take that and bake it and make like little meringue cookies, essentially rounds, and she could maybe munch on them. But I wonder if that would help, because it would still be protein, but it wouldn't be as heavy on her stomach. I don't know if that's an option.
So it's just weird. I wish yesterday I would have just made myself do a little more, but instead I got into bed a little early. I have noticed that my energy levels this past week have been all over the place, and I think that is in most part because I had my period. So I was supposed to start the day I had surgery, and I didn't, and I don't think that that's uncommon or rare for like a surgery to interfere with your flow, but This time was different. Like, I had cramps starting a lot more before my period. It's like my body wanted to start and I just wasn't starting. And then I had more intense cramps throughout my whole period. So I usually get really terrible cramps the first day, and then the cramps kind of go away for the most part. They might.
Yeah, mine is bad too. A lot of women have horrible periods. It's awful. I have PCOS, so that doesn't help. And sometimes, like, I get the occasional, obviously, the cysts, and they will rupture, and oh my God, they hurt so bad. What's also going to affect that is when she's actually losing weight and she starts really losing meaningful weight. That could mess around with her time of the month too. So she'll have to, like, you know, kind of keep an eye on that for changes for sure.
Be there a little, but they're not that bad. And also my PMS symptoms were like off the chain. Like, I haven't been that moody, and I was by myself for the most part, except for like when I went and did things like church or friends and stuff. I was by myself. So like the moodiness, it was very easy for me to tell that like the moodiness is just me. Like, it's just me. Like, there's nothing that's causing it except for my hormones. And so I was just cranky. I think
it's okay to be a little cranky every now and then. I know she puts on this like toxic positivity personality, and I know that's like a Mormon thing and stuff too, but it is okay to just be crabby or down in the dumps or whatever. That change in emotion shows that you are in fact a human and not like a Stepford wife robot.
all of these are good signs. I think it's just signs that my hormones are changing, and as I continue to lose body fat and weight, my hormones will just keep changing. And that is one of the reasons I got this surgery, was so that we can have a baby. And
see, that's going to be tricky though, because she's supposed to wait. You're supposed to wait a couple of years post-op to have a baby. And she's 40, right? She's 39 or 40. So that means she won't even be able to start technically trying to conceive until she's like 42, 43 almost. That's getting up there in age for having a baby. It can be done. If she's living a very healthy lifestyle and she's eating very healthy and she's at a healthy weight, she can still definitely have a healthy baby at that age. She's just going to they're just going to have to be careful and monitor her a little bit more. And there is the fact that people do tend to get pregnant sooner after they've had surgery and they really start losing weight. So if she really dumps a lot of weight again, she could, her fertility issues could clear up and she could find herself pregnant without even really trying to be pregnant at that time. I think if they would have tried to conceive when she was thinner, she might have very well been able to conceive, but I don't know. I don't know the full extent of her fertility issues. From what it seems like, from what she shares, it seems like the problem is on her end, not Kenny's. And I'm not shaming her. That's like a normal thing. But weight it's crazy. There are women that are 500 pounds that can get pregnant. Blows my mind. But there are women that just being big, it really just messes them up with the inability to conceive. And I think that's kind of what happened with April. And if she has PCOS, it can be kind of trickier to conceive anyways. So she's going to have to watch and be careful about that, because she could get pregnant when they aren't even trying in the next maybe like 8 months to a year.
And another thing with the period was I had pretty extreme lower back pain with the whole period. And while again, sometimes I have lower back pain when I'm menstrual, it's usually not like the whole time. And that sucked, but it is what it is. Another thing was very often I feel like this urge to like do yoga or go to the gym and like lift weights. And I can't do that yet, but I love that like my body it's like my body's craving that movement. Like my body is ready to move. And with that, I am going to increase my amount of walking. So far I've been doing walking by time.
And that's really good. And like I said, she lives in a beautiful area. There are so many beautiful places she could drive to and walk. I would just take advantage of that, do that, get the dogs out with her. So, you know, that is really nice. That would be more incentive for me to definitely be out walking.
And I'm going to start aiming for a certain number of steps. I haven't decided what that is, but I'm just going to get a certain number of steps in. I'm going to start wearing my Apple Watch, which
I have a new pedometer watch. It's just a little cheap thing, but I got to start walking again and get my steps in. I haven't been doing it the past few days. And I haven't been following my diet, anything like that, because it's just not feeling good and just needing a break from it. But I'm going to get back on it here like tomorrow or the next day, and I want to really hit it hard. And I do my weigh-ins every morning and record them. I might actually upload them as shorts. I upload them a lot, but I keep them private. I may upload public shorts for accountability. I mean, I always have them there. Like I said, they're private, but I have them there for accountability and transparency if I would need to show them. But I might start uploading them publicly for accountability and just to share with you guys. And I might start doing little update challenge videos, weight loss vlogs. So yeah, that could be coming.
I'm not wearing right now, but I'm going to start wearing it every day when I do my walking and stuff, and just see how far I'm walking and see if that helps. It's got 2 weeks before I can incorporate other activities. So 2 weeks is nothing. I'll be doing fun things in 2 weeks. Well, I think they're fun. Maybe I won't think they're fun when I actually go to do them. I don't know, but the idea of it is fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Every week now, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a stall this week because there's so much talk about stalls, especially at week 3, and I think I said that last week. And then week 2, I was talking about the stalls, so maybe I just need to stop talking about it. But
yeah, she's really kind of like I don't know, like focusing on stalling, and I feel like that could get her in a bad headspace, especially when the weight loss does inevitably slow down, because it will. I don't want her to think, oh no, it's not working anymore. I'm not doing enough. I don't want her to get in a bad headspace around an actual stall or the weight loss slowing down, because it will. As long as there is consistent progress, she's doing what she's supposed to. The doctor says the weight loss rate is appropriate. Yeah, because April can really be affected by that negative mentality, as a lot of us can. So I hope she focuses more on positive things as opposed to negative things, because the stall is considered a negative thing. So I hope she doesn't let her mind linger on these things too much. And she talked about it a lot last week too. Now she's talking about it again this week. I just don't want her to get herself down. You know what I mean?
I thought I was going to have a stall, and I'm very grateful that I didn't. Last week I weighed in at 290.2. This morning I weighed in at 286.6. So
ooh, down 3.6. Very good. See, that's good. See, and that's like a good consistent rate. Especially and I would say until she's in the 240s, I would say until between she's in the like 230s to 250s, she could probably consistently lose 2.5 to 3 pounds a week. Don't you think?
That is 3.6 pounds.
Especially once she can exercise more.
This morning I weighed in at 286.6, so that is 3.6 pounds down this week, and that brings me to just over 28 pounds so far. I am going to be weighing again this week for my month update, and then also I'll be doing a DEXA scan, which I did the week before, or like the Thursday before. No, it was.
I'm interested to see those. I hope she does those. I hope she does another one I hope she does one like at the 100-pound mark, and then when she's like near her goal weight and at her goal weight, and does comparisons. That'll be fun.
A week and a half before. So I did it a week and a half.
I would like
surgery,
to do that, but I can't afford it. I can't afford it. My doctor wouldn't order it.
My intention, I don't know if I'll be able to do this with work, and ideally I would like to do the DEXA scan every month as I'm losing a lot of weight, and then when the weight tapers, I'll probably do it like every other or once a quarter, and then probably less and less. Just I really want to track like my bone density and things. Like that's something that concerns me about having had this surgery.
And your body fat. See where you're losing. You don't want to be losing too much muscle. You want to check how the body fat percentage is and where it's coming off of. See if you're losing that critical visceral fat too. So yeah.
So I think it will be something good to have record of, and that if I ever have any issues, I'll be able to give that paperwork to my medical providers, and they'll be able to track. They'll be able to track or do whatever they need to do. They'll be able to compare. Same thing with the labs, which the labs are standard with getting this surgery. So like I'll get labs at 3 months, and then I think I'll get labs again at a year, but I might go ahead and do labs on my own sometime between 3 months and a year, so probably like 6 months, do labs again, just to make sure I'm tracking, and I'm curious. I'm just curious what they'll be. So this week, I am looking forward to just continuing that routine setting, figuring out how to do things. I really need a game plan for when I go back to work. I think I'm just overthinking it and making it an issue when it's going to be a non-issue. Like,
yeah, like don't stress yourself out. Just make it fun. Just think like, you know, hey, this is like, it's a chore and I got to figure this out, but I have to do this. And I'm doing this because I took a big step. I took a really big positive step. I got my weight loss surgery. I'm losing weight. I want to keep it up. So, you know, just like I said, it's like, it's tedious and it's work, but just think good things around it.
I'm just going to go to work and do the things. And that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, and think
but
how much
at the same time, I don't have much else to do except for like think about how it's going to be. So this weekend, my husband and I are going to go on a hike. I wanted to try last week, but that was not in the cards. So this week we're going to do a sunrise hike, and I am very much looking forward to it.
I hope she vlogs it. I hope she vlogs more than just this. Like, I don't mind these videos where she's sitting talking to us, but don't get stuck into the Amber Lynn mentality where all you do is just sit in one spot and like talk. Like, take us out, show us some stuff, show us just little clips or little footage. We haven't seen Kenny. We want to say hi to old Ken here, so show him, say hi, and, you know, show us walking the dogs and stuff like that. People know where you're at, so you don't have to like try to hide your location, because they figured it out like within a day of her moving or something like that. Before she was actually moved, they knew like on the forums where she's living, the general area. Nobody's gonna come and try to like harass her or kidnap her. So take us out, girl. Show us some area, show us the fun things, the beauty of Hawaii. I'm so jealous.
But looking forward to seeing how far I go. We'll see. It's not a long hike, but it is a steep hike, so we'll see. I've done it before, so I know I can. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We also are going to be getting together with some friends this week, so I'm excited about that. And then, so I had my surgery on the 15th, and I'll be recording a 1-month video. I also will be getting a DEXA scan, so the DEXA scan I'm going to get on Thursday. Okay, I'm going to stop because she's just kind of like rehashing the rest of the stuff, and she has this music in, and I don't know if it's copyrighted, but yeah, no, I hope she shows. She hasn't mentioned any vlogs or anything for the hiking and stuff. I hope she does that. It'll be interesting. I hope she goes through with these DEXA scans, because that'll be really interesting to see those and the labs. I'm a medical nerd, so I like seeing that kind of stuff, and it really gives a good metric when you think you might not be making progress and the scale's not moving that much, you don't see a difference. But you can compare things like your before and after pictures, how clothes fit, where fat is coming off of your body. Like in a, I wonder if I could call some places and see if they would do DEXA scans and like work out like a deal with me, like price wise. Say if I'm doing it for the YouTube channel and they, you know, I plug them and stuff. I don't know. It would be my luck that they wouldn't, because I'm like a little nothing burger of a channel in the grand scheme on YouTube, but I don't know, maybe I could check around. But like that kind of stuff gives you a good metric when you think I'm really not making progress, but you actually are. So I hope she shares all that stuff with us. This was a short one from April, so it's a shorter one from me, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of her progress. Let me know how you're feeling about her. Wow, she's like a month out, huh? I think she's doing good. I hope she just, I don't want her to fall into that trap of negative, thinking about the negative, because I do that too. Like I'll obsess about the negatives and the what ifs and the, you know, and it's not a good thing to do. But if you want to help and you don't have a comment, you want to help me with the algorithm so that the channel can continue to grow. My goal, guys, was to get to 1,000 subs this year. That was one of my New Year's resolutions. And we're there. We're way beyond that. So my new modified New Year's resolution is to get the channel to 2,000 or as close to 2,000 subs as we can by the end of the year. You guys are great. So like the video, comment, share it.
you want to help with the algorithm and you don't have a comment, leave a pair of shoes, like tennis shoes, hiking boots, something like that in the comments. And she's talking about hiking and walking and stuff like that. And trust me, those type of things, liking the videos, disliking them, whatever you want, that all really helps me out in the algorithm. And you guys are the best. I couldn't be here, couldn't be growing the channel without you. So I just always like to make sure I try to stop and tell you guys how much I appreciate you and the interactions. And I learned so much from you guys. And I love talking with you guys and hearing you interact amongst yourselves. It's great. So we have a great little community here. And with that, I will let you go. I'm going to go maybe try to get the Amber video recorded now. And I will see you in the next video. So have a great one, guys.